The following is brought to you by the Starfleet Podcast Network, SPN, The Spin.
Could you imagine if we lived in a universe where it's overly emotional things and we just broke out into songs? What if that just became the norm? They're like, no, that's just the universe now.
Red alert.
Hey everyone, BigJ here with Beyond Trek Podcast. I'm joined with Mikki, who was a prior guest with me on our show. And Mikki, I just want to ask you, what possessed you to want to be on Beyond Trek Podcast again? which is great. Thank you.
I had so much fun. And my friends liked it. And they were like, I don't normally listen to podcasts, but like, you had my attention for over 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that kind of bummed me. I did have a really fun time, but it bummed me out that I kind of bitched the whole time, as a Trekkie does, kind of thing. But
yeah, I
love Star Trek so much. Like, so to have the idea to watch like one of the best episodes ever.
Yes.
Really wish it was a blind review though. Like we haven't seen it before 1,000 times and have the soundtrack downloaded and memorized already. Because like the first time watching it was just brain matter. And so now it's like, now you get in the feels, because now there's songs that you're like, oh, that's totally like it's so relatable.
It really is.
Yeah,
by the way, like the uniform you got on today.
And an Emmy, it should win Emmys and Grammys and all the awards.
Yeah.
Like all the awards. If Jeff Russo was the one who did the music, like good job, dude. If that was him. Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to be watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Let's see, season 2, episode 9, Subspace Rhapsody. So we're going to play that, watch that, and just kind of do a commentary all the way through. And we'll probably talk through the whole thing, and it may not have anything to do with the episode. We might end up rambling, which I'm sure that's going to happen. So if you have seen this episode, great. If you haven't, we'll probably be very distracting. I'm not sure.
Is there a way to show the episode in the little boxes here?
No, we can't, because when you put stuff, when you put on YouTube, if there's any audio from an episode, any video, anything like that, it gets like they detect that and take it down. I have had a couple instances where I may have a little insert of the video or maybe even the audio, and I don't know how they do it, but they find it, they pick it out.
Yeah, when I posted the promo video on TikTok, it got shadow banned because it had the website down at the bottom. And so I average a little over 300 views per video that I post on there. And I can tell when I'm shadow banned because I'll get 30.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Something's wrong here.
You're hiding me from people. Yeah, it's a little rude because there's some videos that like I've seen stuff that I've been kicked off live for, and it's like, wait a minute,
holy shit,
watching this, like who's paying attention? Because like I've had a full-blown male organ just right there, and I'm like, why am I seeing this on TikTok? And you guys are mad that I was gambling, or that I was vaping.
Oh my God, not vaping.
Oh no, not vaping.
Oh no.
I was like, am I allowed to hit this shit?
I can't give you any sympathy now because you were vaping.
I was vaping. I deserve all the punishment.
Yeah.
So then how are we gonna be on?
Go ahead and pull it up. So I'm just gonna give a countdown. So I'll give a countdown. We'll press play at the same time for anyone watching or listening. If you've got it pulled up.
This is gonna start like 15 minutes in, I bet, because I was already kind of watching it.
Go to the beginning.
Paramount Plus needs a little bit of tweaking to their. Yep, see, it just started like 30 minutes in. They don't have the ability to pick an episode and restart it.
What?
Yeah, there's no thing on here to say restart. It just hits, you go to episodes, it's got the list of episodes, you hit the episode you want to watch. If it's got a little blue line partway through it, like I was just in it, about 15 minutes. Can
you fast forward to like get to the end of it so it resets where it thinks you are?
Well, I rewound it.
Oh.
So yeah, so now it's going to start at the Star Trek like opening sequence that they've been using.
Okay, so if I give you a countdown, you'll be able to start then. So we're not out of sync.
Yeah, it's still going to give the Star Trek opening sequence because it's their moneymaker.
You're talking about the
Paramount.
You see the ship overhead warping in. Okay, gotcha.
Is there a koala in this?
Is there what?
Is there a koala in this?
A koala?
Is there a koala?
No. No. All right. Well, we're going to do it on a count of 3. Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Clicking play.
It's locked down.
Oh my God. It's loud on my side. Let me turn this down.
Is it?
Yeah, I had it all the way up. I haven't done one of these in a while, but yeah, that was a thing. There was one that I did. We did a episode watch and the whole video got taken down from YouTube because I had the audio from it playing.
Are we not? We're not skipping the intro or the.
No. Yes, we have to watch the recap. I'm sorry.
You know, I will admit, Picard season 1 and 2 skipped the intro.
You did?
Picard season 3? Loved it. It was short. It was sweet. It was old. It was throwback.
Yeah.
But I really didn't like the Picard opening for season 1 and 2 that much. It just wasn't my favorite Star Trek opening.
Was it kind of like, maybe too slow, too downbeat?
Traveling in the far edges of the Alpha Quadrant, we have encountered.
This is definitely an Uhura-centric episode.
Naturally occurring.
Yeah, which is good. I'm glad that she had some attention in an episode, and that's what I like about Strange New Worlds is each of the characters kind of, got their own thing, their own episode. And when Discovery first started, I had the hardest time following that because I'm used to a Star Trek show where you have the bridge officers, you know who they are, they get their own episodes, yada, yada, yada. Discovery didn't do that. Like they didn't do that formula.
It was one long episode.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't situational. Is that what it is?
Well, it was
exotic, or is it?
I'm used to the captain, first officer, helm, navigator, chief security, chief engineer.
Crew.
Your classic crew setup.
Look, you're right there. Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have the Enterprise on a poster frame behind you.
Yeah, these are my it's my ships. I love my ships. It's the only thing I give a ship about.
I'm glad that they've done this with the season is giving Captain Pike an actual relationship, which is something I don't think we see a whole lot of in Star Trek.
We know how it is. So does he. So does he.
I need quarters like what he has. That is.
As if. Okay. Lower decks. Let's go to lower decks because seriously, that's what quarters look like.
Small.
Yeah. And even when they rank up to lieutenant and they get their own quarters, it's still a hell of a lot smaller than that. And I've booked the ship and I've seen captain's quarters. They're not all, there's a fireplace.
Yeah, really.
Fireplace on the ship.
All the amenities of home.
When you already, I don't know.
I like how Lon has the biggest crush on Kirk. It's cute.
Because I just watched In Tomorrow, or whatever. And they have a thing. They have a connection. It's a thing. And it's like, I bet that's so rare to find in space, working the job, being in, Space Navy.
It is because Space Navy, I like that. It is because you're always on the go. You never know where you're going to be or what assignment you're going to have. I love this. She went the wrong way. Now turn around.
Or she did. Nervous. She's verklempt. She's flustered. She's got a crush. He loves him, and he loves her, but he died.
Yeah, that was tough. That they had.
This is like the alternative Harry Kim.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's too soon. Poor Harry Kim.
That's a whole thing too.
You know that Harry Kim in last part of season 6 and season 7 is not the one we started with.
No, I know, because they switched him.
That was weird.
Alternative university thing, and then our Harry Kim died, and he was replaced with other universes Harry Kim. So it's like, there's no they can't reminisce. It's like, hey, remember that time? Oh no, you don't, because that's not you. Maybe why he didn't rank up.
Right? Yeah, he had to start over or something.
I do like that. You can I think all of us can remember the episode in Those Old Scientists.
Yeah.
Where Spock is going through Ponfar and Nurse Chapel, who has the hugest crush on him still.
Yep.
You can tell that she's he throws a tray. He's still bitter, Rich. You wrecked him. You wrecked him in this. He sang a song about it.
There's been some criticism that I've heard in regards to the Spock and Chapel romance, and I don't see why, because I think that that's something that we should see in this, because there obviously in TOS there looked like there was something that was there maybe in the past.
Hard. She knew she blew her shot.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't know. I always heard rumors that it was supposed to be Uhura and Spock.
In the Kelvin timeline?
Like in the Kelvin timeline. So he gets one thing right. Good for him.
Yeah.
And this episode makes me feel like she pines for him, that Uhura starts pining for Spock.
You think so?
I do. I see it. Especially in the end.
Yeah.
Especially in the end of this episode. You can kind of tell. I don't know. I feel like she sees Nurse Chapel blowing it with him.
Yeah. And she slides right into his DMs.
I bet she's going to slide into his DMs in a couple of... I think that's going to happen. This show better keep going. I demand 7 seasons minimum.
Yes.
It goes for 10 years. So I demand to see until the changeover. And then give us an explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe we accidentally slip into a universe where technology takes it back a notch, but it's still kind of there. And then they're eating Jell-O instead of replicated nachos and shit.
Right. Yeah. At first, when I heard about this episode, I kept wondering, how are they going to incorporate this into being a musical? And I'm glad that it turned into some kind of subspace anomaly.
Hold on.
Oh, you love this song.
He's just got such a wonderful voice.
He does.
He does not. She should have sung more.
And it's funny that they actually hear the music.
Yeah. It's like a real musical.
Mm-hmm.
Megan does not want to sing.
No. This would be my biggest nightmare, is to be on a show where I'd have to sing, because I can't sing.
They roughed it. They got it out. You can tell he does not want to be singing.
He's a good singer.
He talks things.
Yeah.
He's got such a wonderful voice. You would think. Oh, I love it. She should sing more.
I think they've all got good voices. One thing I wish I would have looked up beforehand is did everyone sing their own part? Because I don't believe I could tell that anyone like had a singing actor sing for them
No, I don't think
in
anyone
dub mode.
could call them.
Yeah,
Especially Rebecca Romaine. You can hear her voice.
you can hear it. Yeah.
Hear her in the opening.
Yep.
Or in the ending. I don't know if it's in the opening or the ending when they do I think it's the opening where they're all crescendoing and singing ish.
Mhm.
The opening number or the opening credits.
Right.
You can hear her in that. I can hear her in it. And then there's like 2 Grammy winners. I think Uhura and Lon are both Grammy winners in real life.
Are they?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Well, that's something I did not know.
I know Lon has an album for sure. But
Oh, my.
they're, or at least nominated at the very least. Playing music? Why is it asking me for playing music?
I like how they're looking around like, where the hell's the music coming from?
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like a sort of a fourth wall breaking kind of thing. Maybe not really.
Carole King. Isn't she like a Broadway? You have fun storming the castle? I mean,
I remember her from Princess Bride. I can't think of anything else that
but
she's been off the top of my head.
Broadway. Okay, so in this opening credit,
Yeah.
I can hear her voice in it. I think it's everyone. I think it's the whole cast with probably some chorus singers.
I'll have to listen real close. I think I might have missed that the first time I watched it.
Well, again, I also have the soundtrack on my Spotify already and its very own album called Sing Along Songs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I listened to it on Amazon Music.
I pay for premium just so I can rewind, just so I can play one song over and over and over again sometimes.
Yeah, you kind of have to do premium. I mean, I do order a lot of stuff here and there, and I got to tell you, it's pretty nice to get things delivered like almost next day in some cases.
Single-handedly putting Jeff Bezos' children through college. I'm not proud of that at all.
No. Oh, yeah, he's a multi-billionaire, but we can't get free returns anymore.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, the returns thing has been weird. I actually need to go over my credit card statement and see if they gave me some of the returns I'm due. Because I'm like, it's just been a fight lately.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're doing an awful lot of returns. I'm like, you're sending me garbage.
But that's none of your business.
Garbage? How about that?
I returned what I need to return, bastards.
Yeah, you don't send me garbage. It's not like I'm wearing it and then taking a family photo with it and returning it.
Right, yeah. I'm not running around sweating in it and then returning it.
Right. Because believe me, this would have gone back because it doesn't fit. I always joke that my number 1 costume doesn't fit over 2 and 3.
Honestly, I assume that you don't think you at all.
And then they changed them, of course, again, because why not? Because the costume designers hate us.
They do. It is hard to find costumes if you're not under 190 pounds.
And these are so Kelvin timeline.
I like the modern look. You know, it looks like, how do I want to describe it?
This is great.
You get the style of these old scientists and modernized and updated. So yeah, I always like their uniforms here.
It's the detailing.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it harder for cosplayers.
But we may not be done. Simulations would go.
These are totally bunnies.
And they have a scientific explanation as to what's happening, which I like that it's so much a part of the plot and not just some random musical episode just for the sake of having a musical episode.
No, they totally made it science, yo.
Yep.
It's perfect. The explanation is science, the solution is science, and also singing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dilemma.
Oh, yes.
That it brings out the emotions that they're singing about stuff that they shouldn't be singing about.
Yep. Releasing inner demons sometime.
Everyone's like, shit, why does he have to be here? Why is he here? Is there a reason why he's here? And then we're uncontrollably singing about our emotions, and I happen to love him. You know?
Now, and Spock, he's got a crush on Chapel because he wants to spy on her.
Yeah.
He wants to check her emails.
He's like, yo, who's in her DM? Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone.
Let me see your phone.
See your phone.
Why won't you let me see your phone? Why are you holding it?
Why you put it upside down every time? Wait, what's up? You don't think I don't know? Oh, you got the email. Oh, okay. I will get pissed at one point, though. When Chapel sings, she's really going to miss this crew.
Oh, yeah.
3 months. 3 months. It's 3 months. 3 months. That's nothing in Star Trek world. That's nothing in space. It takes you 3 months to get somewhere.
It's like a weekend.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Oh, I love the old tube. It is so perfect. That is like straight off the set of original series. That's the fucking cover of Ebony when Uhura was posing. And they took the picture straight down her dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that tube.
Well, I'm glad that they still utilize those. Well, that they showed the tubes in this.
Yeah.
And here's another song.
OG Jeffrey's tubes. Oh, she's for it. You know, she's probably got the same problem that Gates and Marina had on TNG.
Well, no, Gates was a dancer.
That is not most her hair.
Is she wearing extensions?
Oh, that's definitely a ponytail extension.
Oh. How can you tell?
It looks heavy.
Oh. Gotcha. Well, see, I have no hair, so that kind of thing.
She's blonde in real life.
I know she probably was. I don't know that she is now.
Looks like her real hair, but it's definitely a ponytail.
Ponytail extension thingy.
It's like a clip-on.
See, I learned something
And
here.
it's so throwback. It's back to like the gridded hair.
Oh, yeah. My other worst nightmare is having to try to dance.
Are you inflicted with white man's disease, the number one killer of rhythm?
Yes, I can slow dance because that's something that has slow rhythm, but you want me to do rhythm, forget about it. Well, I'm 6'5". I look like Frankenstein trying to dance.
I love to dance. I don't care that if I can or not. I've been told I look like an epileptic on crack when I dance, but I have fun. Counts as cardio. Pretty sure they stole the Dougie from me, my white girl dance.
You do that dance like Elaine did in that episode of Seinfeld.
That's kind of that's how I feel like when I dance. See, the song is so sad now. Like watching it in the beginning, you're like, "Oh, this is so sweet," and now you're like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna go."
Well, it's a good mix. It's really musical because you're not going to have all uplifting songs.
No,
you're going to have those low interludes like this.
It's just so sad.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she's a sad person. Like she's not the most chipper person in the world.
Super lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I think she kind of keeps herself isolated.
Like on purpose. And especially the name. And I think that's why her and other Universe Kirk clicked, because he had no idea her family's name, and there was no background, and there was no stigma or bias when it came to her being related to Khan.
I still don't know how she's related to him. Was it explained and I missed it?
Yeah, it's like her great grandpa or something.
Oh, okay. So
she is like, she probably did like a 23andMe or something. I don't know. Maybe like when everyone's born, its DNA is automatically just registered. They'll get to that, I'm sure, at some point.
So we're just slipping in that before Khan was exiled from Earth, that he'd had offspring.
He must have. She met him in
That's
that
got to be the only way.
tomorrow as a child.
In the wrong year.
Yeah, in the wrong thing, but his existence, because I think it was the right year, or no, it was the wrong year.
Well, see, the eugenics wars happened in the mid 90s.
Close to him, and she says she's been there since 92. The
Yeah.
Romulan said she'd been there since 92, which means something delayed the eugenics wars.
Yeah.
So,
well, they say that what delayed it was when was Captain, was it Ransom? It was Voyager, a 2-part episode where the guy stole the time ship and like introduced technology into the timeline that was ahead of when it was supposed to happen, and that probably pushed things because I don't know. It was one of those explanations that kind of makes sense, but not really.
I loved Voyager, but I did not pay that close attention as I do to like TNG, like the original series and stuff like that.
Right.
Even headquarters are obnoxiously large.
Yeah, everyone's got large quarters.
Is she a lieutenant?
Yeah, she's a lieutenant.
There are 8 people on this ship. Like, where's the 400 something crew? You shove them into the lower decks and bunk beds. Because as far as I can tell,
in a hallway, he's sleeping in a hallway.
Space Navy doesn't have any enlisted; they just have officers.
They have an enlisted crew, kind of like Chief O'Brien. He didn't go to Starfleet Academy. Yeah, they have all kinds.
Where do they sleep? Because it's nowhere.
Where do they sleep? I'm sure they probably get some kind of bunk bed somewhere.
Here's my first apartment. Like,
that's bigger than your first apartment.
Square foot quarters that is impossible on a starship. Honestly, I give them a little bit of leeway when it comes to certain things, but this is just nuts.
Yeah.
Even in the original series, their quarters were realistically tiny.
That was a little more realistic.
With like the sectioning and.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't.
Sex does it because it's perfect with the shared common showers.
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep stuff like that. You're breaking all the temporal rules because.
Yeah, she kept that Rolex, Timex, whatever.
Is the sentiment. What if somebody finds it? Explain that. Oh, I got it in a pawn shop in San Francisco when we traveled back in time to save the whales.
You fucking did what?
How was that on your report? I love Pike though. I was like, what mirror universe?
Right. Well, Anson Mount plays the character so well.
Back and forth kind of mistake.
Lieutenant Kirk, not to rush you, but I'm rushing you. The sooner we close the poll, the faster we can say goodbye.
Copy that, Ensign.
Is this like, did they just throw Sam in for the hell of it?
He's been in a few episodes, but.
But just in Discovery and Strange New Worlds, right? Or just Strange New Worlds?
Strange New Worlds.
Like our line is ready to fire.
Well, and that's, I'm cool with that, with him being in the show. We all know what's going to happen.
I know, but they would realistically never be on the same ship. If Saving Private Ryan didn't teach us that, because the Sullivan brothers.
Good work,
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Jim Kirk is one of those things where it's like he's on the Enterprise again. He keeps visiting.
Seriously.
Does the navigational deflector just do whatever the hell you want it to do?
I think so. Yeah, it's like the multi-use item. Like, what do we need it to do today? Well, we need it to do this, so we're going to have it do that. It seems like it's deflecting, but it's really just,
Yeah.
I love their fight. I love their song fight.
I love the song fight.
That's all right. I love you.
Next argument I'm in, I'm going to sing.
He just burst into song. I already kind of do.
You know how the weird looks I would get if I just started randomly singing? Not in front of my crew.
Lay all the blame on me.
See, he's kind of a dick. But again, I understand he knows his time is finite.
Yeah.
If he shared that with her, we don't know. I mean, I feel like he would be the kind of guy who would, but I'd be a little bit more like, yeah, I don't want to go do stuff I don't want to do.
Right.
That sounds awful to me. I want to go sit in a cabin and fish in a lake.
Yeah, it's not a vacation if it's something stressful. Like I hate packing and doing all the traveling and renting out places. I love staycations, but that's just kind of my thing.
Yeah, no, is that nice? Right on the knees.
I love that look.
But the scene, how did that
Breach.
because the improbability is expanded. The classical subspace communication network.
The entire.
Now, I wasn't expecting that they would have this spread to other ships like this. I thought it was just going to be a enterprise thing, but I'm glad that they added that element to it.
It had to have been more than just them at stake.
Yeah.
I do.
Well,
It's, she's working on a new system to help boost the range of it and that kind of stuff. Like clearly it was going to affect every single ship.
Yep.
And it's like, here come the Klingons, and they're like,
You see, this is why if it's not broke, you don't fix it. Because you try to fix something, make it better, stuff like this happens.
these emotions have the power to overwhelm her and she's feeling.
His kitchen is the size of my first apartment.
That is a nice kitchen. I'd love to have a kitchen like what Pike has. Not that I do a lot of cooking. I just like his kitchen. So that's another thing. I can't sing, really can't dance. I'm not a good cook. I mean, I can't cook some stuff, but I don't know.
Right.
Nothing that would poison anybody.
I make food I like. I don't think anyone else would like it. I don't care. I'm not very domestic. I feel like
Spaghetti.
yeah. Not even, I can fuck that up.
Right here.
Different forms of spaghetti, a pizza here and there.
Hanging out in his room.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like these are meetings that should be taking place in like a ready room or, the conference room.
Oh, no, come to my quarters.
Yeah, let's just chill. I'll put on an apron. We'll make some tapas. It'll be great.
We'll sing to each other,
Sing our feelings,
watch some Netflix.
love.
I'm sure they probably have Netflix in the 23rd century.
Well, see, that's Barclay. Barclay's like chilling in his quarters, just like binge watching You or something. Like, hey, they didn't get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Or it happens outside of my window. He's not, so anytime just do.
Well, see, the like music starts to like sing now.
I love that. I love how they acknowledge where the hell's this music coming from? So it's not just us hearing the music, it's them too. I like that little part. Just another detail they added in this episode that I think really made it good.
Yeah, like it explains it because like in every other musical ever, music just kind of starts and they start singing. There's
Yeah.
never really an explanation.
Yeah. So I totally agree. That was a good detail that they put in.
She is so tall.
How tall is Rebecca?
Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine. Oh, I'm gonna Google how tall she
Husband
is.
is tall too. They need to come to conventions. Her and her husband. They are both in Star Trek. I demand their presence.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I
They
really
need to do that.
I have a crossover costume that I want her to see.
Oh yeah.
It will
What's it
not
look like?
steal it. And I'm not telling anyone ever because people steal costume ideas all the time.
Oh, they do? Oh. Rebecca Romaine is 5'11". So yeah, she's
She's tall
tall.
as shit. And then her husband is Jerry O'Connell, who plays Ransom on Lower Decks.
Yeah. Yeah, so they definitely need to be doing some convention stuff together. So she went from John Stamos to Jerry O'Connell. I'm sure there's probably someone in between I'm missing.
I say probably not right away, but yeah.
Right. No.
It's a good match. It's been at least 12 years as they have 12-year-old twins.
Yep.
Because again, I was told, I was like, bring everyone on the cruise. Bring the girls, because like
Yep.
Garrett brings his little girl. She's around that age. Shatner used to bring his entire family
Oh, did he?
and kids, the works. Yeah. It
He
was
doesn't
like,
do that anymore?
yeah, Bob Picardo's daughter, Nikki, told me that Star Trek paid for every family vacation they ever had.
Whoa, nice.
She was like, yeah,
Lucky.
Star Trek paid for every vacation we've ever had. I'm like, awesome.
That must be nice.
Yeah, must be nice. I know it must have been nice either. I'd rewatched season 3 of Picard. Well, we rewatched season 2 because of the Q stuff. And
Mhm.
I really wanted to rewatch season 3. But then I should have been rewatching all this because
We have a lot.
I love the crossover episode too.
That was great. The crossover was a great episode.
It was like the old school TOS episode where they got stuck in the time loop and people were actually calling the cable company because they thought that the show was resetting accident.
Yeah.
As they can help with things like this as well.
Oh, getting
And then
close.
they're on top of each other. Who works like that?
There's the romance.
Stupid coffee still got me. I like that they have the throwback kind of.
The thing that the slider thing. Yeah, I like that.
There's ever a fight in engineering, someone would be able to just pull a fucking thing right out of the wall.
Oh yeah, those things. Yeah, I think Kirk beat down Khan with one of those things. Like, what is it, and why did it come out of the wall? Why does it do that?
Giant, like top of not the Klingons, but you guys were alluding to the Gorn. Is it Klingons or is it Gorn?
Oh, I'm glad we didn't have to hear Gorn singing.
I'm weirded out with the Klingon singing.
Like soaking in.
Really thought it'd be like how Klingons sing, like the heavy metal, the stuff that they listen to in like Lower Decks,
Oh yeah.
right? And then they made it K-pop, literally Klingon pop. It's K-pop.
Were you expecting Metallica?
I was expecting something a little bit harder. If Bluey can cover "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor,"
Hmm.
and I Can Only Count to 4, which is the cutest song in the world.
I don't think I've heard that one.
You gotta look up Bluey. I Can Only Count to 4. Okay, see,
That's the same actor that played Himmer, Engineer Himmer.
We have located the abominable. It's on there.
blind Andorian guy.
Yeah. Yep. The one that got Tasha Yard in the first season.
Right? He's not, no.
Leave it to Klingons to just show up and try to mess things up.
Well, it's right on, they're right like next to the Klingon space.
Hmm.
Scientists too. Maybe they came to check out the anomaly as well.
Well, that's just Klingons. They just go shooting, just flying, launching torpedoes.
Why didn't they start singing though right away? They're like super unemotional.
Right? We just wanted to say
And that would be much.
that's a lot.
Like a little burp of singing at the end of that communication wouldn't have been horrible.
Well, yeah, it hadn't really hit him yet.
It's like, today you die. Communication officer, what's wrong? Today you die.
Now, see, they're going to go hang out some
The
more.
communications officer because he started singing.
Right.
Then all of a sudden they start singing on the Klingon ship. And what room is this? Is this? That's not his quarters. That's
No, that was like the
General-
conference room.
but why is his saddle in there?
Um,
Not enough room in his giant quarters.
that's a very good question. You're right. I never really thought of that.
Way more straight Riker that thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did.
Riker.
That was a perfect Riker maneuver.
They sat down at a midway game at Circus that was like horses, racing horses. You throw the balls. And we had to sit on these little saddles. And I was like, Riker.
For anyone wondering what we're talking
No,
about, it was the TOS and Lower Decks crossover episode.
Another favorite.
Hmm.
Oh, it's like a Vulcan burn. Like, so I heard you got the job. And you didn't tell me, but you're here celebrating with everybody but me.
I heard you're transferring.
We've had fun bar.
I'm supposed to be your boyfriend.
I laughed because of you. I really freaked out an entire kid. Love that the song and then his song start and end with the same lines.
Yeah.
Or the exact same song, just different lyrics.
Right.
Brilliant.
That's a good connection that they made.
Brilliant.
I do like that they have a bar on the ship because why not?
Right, it's got to be on the 10th deck all the way forward.
A 10 forward, pre 10 forward.
Might not be on 10 forward. I don't know.
No, probably not. I don't know. It could be on deck 10 forward section.
But I'd have to see a map.
Yeah, I'd have to see a diagram or something. Oh my God, we're such nerds trying to figure out where the bar
You
is
get to the
located.
part where I could just be like, just stare at my wall and be like, computer, show me a map of the, what is this? This one's the Enterprise.
Show me a map of the Enterprise.
1701, 80G.
Yeah,
Because now there's a G.
right.
All that.
I think she drank something on the top shelf.
Metalis likes to name planets after himself.
What's that?
He said, I noticed Terry Metalis likes to name planets after himself.
Oh,
They're referenced a lot in
Yeah.
the third season.
so I run this show. I'm going to name planets after me.
Why not a ship? Also, throw in a ship.
Yeah.
Oh, an entire planetary system. I'd probably take that too, though.
Okay, everyone dance.
Yeah, sure, I don't know you, sir, but you
Right. Who was that jabroni?
Do you even work here? I've never seen you in my life. We are all wearing a different style uniform, and the guy in the corner's in a disco jacket.
Disco Jack.
Full
Yeah.
blow, like sequins. Like he knew that. Was he the bartender? Well, I assume at this point in our history is a robot.
Some random
Or not
patron.
robot. Look, do you see him in the corner?
Yep.
Bright, colorful. We knew we were going to break into a musical number, so I happened to wear my most shiny jacket.
Right. Yeah. Coincidence.
Boo! That was not the way to communicate that. Rude. Ouch. My heart hurts for him.
Yeah.
No wonder he.
Yeah. He got his feelings hurt with this one for sure.
Oh, she burned him hard. Burned him hard.
You're gonna tell me that?
And we know he doesn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was that?
He knows that we know that she'll be back.
Oh yeah.
He's got the thing with Corby,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And I mean, it's referenced in I think, is it the very first episode? Man Trap? Are they visiting Dr. Corby?
Oh, that's a good question. I cannot remember back that
Well, at
far.
some point they do visit him, and I can't remember which.
Yep.
Might not have been that one. Might have been one.
I don't think it was. Something tells me it was not that.
I don't think that was that one either. That one was Bones and the girl.
Yeah, yeah, that was Dr. McCoy and like a ex girlfriend of his.
Yeah, who was a nurse or something.
Yeah.
And a blue shirt died in that very first episode.
Yep.
Which is why in Discovery season 2, when they introduced Pike and all that kind of stuff, and they had that guy in the blue shirt come on,
Yeah.
they had to go down to get Jet Reno
Yeah, and he got himself blown up.
because he was in blue. To me, it totally calls back to that.
Yeah.
I like little details like that. I don't know if it's just us noticing it or if they're doing it on purpose.
Well, here's a little info for you. All in all, if you count the deaths in TOS by uniform color, it was not the red shirts.
Like blue or something, right?
It was the golds.
Or golds. Command.
Yeah, the golds. But if it's just one of those things that was perpetuated by the fandom was with the red shirts. But they weren't the most to die.
My favorite is that the guy who plays the most interesting man in the world for the Dos Equis commercials played a red shirt in an episode of TOS and survived.
Holy shit. Really? Oh my God.
There's a little connection there. They're like, he is the most interesting man in the world.
He survived a landing party with Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Me?
I'm going to have to...
Air bridge crew and that guy.
I'm going to have to find that episode.
Poor Ensign's like, what? Why do I have to go? You're all bridge crew.
Yeah.
You just got here. Yeah.
I'm glad that we got a mention of Carol Marcus here from Kirk.
And I had to look that up. I think everybody did. Did he know? Did he know about David? Because we know that David didn't know about him.
Yeah, well, he knows that Carol's pregnant because he said that to Lon. And I think what it was is that at some early point is when Carol asked Kirk to not be involved just because of his lifestyle of just always traipsing around.
He said that in the time, I wanted him in my life. I didn't want him running around chasing the stars with his dad.
Right.
So yeah.
He stayed out of the way.
I have to look it up.
I'm not sure how old David would have been when Kirk got out of the picture. That hasn't really been established.
Or maybe not. Maybe he was never even there. Maybe he wasn't even there for the birth.
Maybe.
They are, like space.
Yeah.
I know they can warp and stuff, but still, it still takes a minute.
Yep. Yeah, I like how in Star Trek
cities in a car. I can't beam anywhere. That would be the only logical thing is if I could beam somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, young hotspot is about to sing, and my heart's gonna break for him.
Great.
Oh, my lights changed.
He just looks like he's in one of those "don't talk to me" moods.
He's always in a "don't talk to me" mood. I love him.
Didn't expect Christine to be so definitive and confidential.
He calls it an arrangement.
Situationship.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's probably a situationship. At least, because in a situationship, there's one who they won't end it, because it's fine and everything's great. But then the other one's usually very emotional about it. And they're usually the ones to end it. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, he still didn't technically end it. She's just leaving. I think that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, I think he's probably overdoing it. Like, they don't have to break up. It'll be a long distance relationship.
Oh no, I think he's done. He was totally in it. He was in it a lot more than she was, and he's realizing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a little too casual with her love, it seems.
Yeah, she was a little too cavalier about it, and Spock was all in.
Yeah. And they set that up from the get though.
Well, here's something to consider. Chapel may have been his first girlfriend.
Oh, absolutely.
And the first girlfriend or boyfriend.
That wasn't an arranged marriage, which he ended.
Right.
Ended to pursue things with Chapel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't count the arranged thing that she could have been. And that first girlfriend, that one's a heartbreaker.
He wanted to be with her. He wanted a future with her. He ended, he says it. He betrayed his core philosophy.
Yep. Well, he really put himself out there with her.
And he was, after the episode where he turned human, I think he was very down to explore his human side. He is half and half.
Yep. Well, and this right here I think is really the catalyst that turns him into the Spock that we know, or that we're going to know. It's because of her and the whole thing that happened here.
Oh yeah, she's about to turn him into an incel, essentially. Why do you hate women, Spock? Oh, we get to watch why you hate women, because they treated you like garbage. To Paul, pretty much, I treated him like garbage. And then she does, in the end, treat him like garbage by throwing him away and saying, you know what, you can die. I don't marry that guy. Fuck you, you can go die. Your best friend can kill you. Or you can kill your best friend. Which is it? That's sick. She's sick in the head.
I'm the ex.
Yeah, you are.
That is sad.
It's so sad. It's math.
Yep.
He made it math.
Well, I can see this as the kind of experience that he would say never again would he open himself up like this. And that's, he sees that as a weakness and why he wants to suppress the human side of him.
Right. And she's like, that's really sad for you, but I just fucked everything up.
Yep.
Sing about it.
I screwed up big. Let me sing about it.
By the way, I'm going to trauma dump hard really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this song. I'm just going to fully trauma dump. We get all the backstory.
Yeah.
And isn't there an episode where like she keeps seeing it happen over and over and over again? I'm pretty sure there is.
She keeps seeing what over and over again?
Her family's death.
Our family's death? I'm not recalling that. That was not clicking. Not saying that you're wrong.
Either way,
I don't recall.
I think there is, and it would be this music video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way she's singing about it.
Yeah.
I think there's an episode though where there's some sort of flashbacks or she's stuck in some sort of loop of seeing it over and over. Or I made that up in my brain. I don't know.
I think you might have. Yeah, I think you might have made that one up because I don't recall seeing anything like that. No, not.
Because I can picture the accident and everything.
Yeah.
I don't have to look this up now.
Yeah, now you've got me curious. It's hard to remember like the details of all of these episodes. We're too old to remember all this stuff.
Well, like the Voyager stuff. No. You know how long ago I watched that? I just watched all these and I still don't remember.
Yep. And I've seen every Star Trek movie and episode, but not everything so recently that I can just recall. Yeah, I do okay recalling a lot of the stuff, but there are gaps in there where, you don't retain every detail.
We're definitely not robots.
Nope.
Because no robot would ever be in this much pain.
No.
It doesn't have to wake up with back pain. Like, what? This is not AI. This is not the Matrix.
You can't even sleep without getting injured.
Wait, I slept butting on my Captain Shaw pillow.
Slept on one side too long. I thought, oh, a Captain Shaw pillow. I slept on one side too long one time and thought I would never walk again.
See, I'm telling
Hurt like
you.
hell.
I just had the flu. I was convinced I was dying.
That was it. Do you have a living will?
Like, that's it. Done. No, I want you guys to fight over all my Star Trek stuff.
If you got some good stuff, I'll jump in that fight.
all this house is Star Trek art.
Nice.
Mostly, and sometimes limited edition stuff.
Oh,
I get gifted things. That's
lucky.
always, and then I like this was Bye Bye Robot, and then this is my friend Jeff Pena.
Oh,
Pretty sure I helped him adopt a kid.
oh, cool. Really?
A bunch of his art I buy.
Yeah.
Captain Kim piece.
Oh, okay.
I need Garrett to see that.
Okay, now she's looking at math, and math is not my strong suit.
He knows math.
I go every day successfully not having to use algebra or trigonometry or any of that useful stuff they teach you in school.
Yeah, I did not sign up for the math portion of anything. A calculator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said, you're not always going to have a calculator with you. All right, hold my beer.
Ha.
I sure as hell will.
You're not always going to be able to spell things. Ha ha, I'll have a robot do it for me. You have to know how to spell.
But sometimes on your phone, your spell check's just like, what the hell do you want me to do?
Oh, my voice to text makes me sound stupid.
I'll try to get as close as I can to what the word sounds like or spelled. And the spell check's just like, nah, screw yourself. I don't know what you're talking about.
It feels like it dumps it down sometimes.
Yeah.
Can she just go to her regular earrings, please? Why do I change?
You don't like those earrings?
Oh, I want the big giant green hoop.
Oh, the big ones. I like more subtle jewelry. Maybe that's just me.
No, I like the big stuff.
So far, we've only been torn apart. But song can also be communal. People worship.
I'm glad she figured it out.
All right, thank goodness.
With song. What I sang with Christine worked out.
Please find it for your electron points.
Oh, you're gonna play that one again.
It's just a solo with backup.
Okay. Cool. It doesn't like hurt me in my core, but okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We all have to sing.
A lot more.
Like an ensemble number or
No, just an ensemble.
An ensemble.
Ratios that achieve both.
You guys ever see that ancient play Hamilton?
I'm saying.
I saw that. That actually, well, I saw the movie that was the play. The movie of the play.
Being able to watch it in person. I need subtitles.
base form cannot be true without.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of times.
Huh? Huh?
Possibly inspired connections.
Yes, they can. You see,
Okay. So she says she can't inspire the whole ship to sing. It's an order. You guys need to frickin' sing so we can get out of this predicament.
Feels. Everyone,
Yeah.
it feels right now. Start singing.
attention all crew, this is your captain.
Sing because I said so.
I know our situation is challenging. But
Inspiring speech all the way from the top of Captain Pike's Peak.
The top of Pike's Peak.
the following one voice. The voice of the Enterprise. Nova.
Hi, everyone.
Very realistic,
You might not
though.
know me, but I know you. So allow me to introduce myself. Ensign Miota Uhura, your communications officer.
Oh, but we coveted her first name
Always.
in the entire original series.
Not
Yeah.
Coveted it. Like, no, you will not know my first name. It's just Uhura.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is then the every episode, every character, every episode, and the only character development was Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Probably. Yeah, here we are. Together. All of us. This is where it all leads.
They're like,
Is it me or did she get more songs than anyone else in this episode?
I think she's a Grammy winner.
Gotcha.
I genuinely feel like she's a Grammy winner. Plus, it's a very Uhura-centric episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is.
Gotta fix it. A lot of self-reflecting, a lot of trauma dumping.
Mm-hmm.
That hair is not uniform standard. Thank you, ma'am.
It's still regulation, Admiral.
Just like,
I like a good dance number.
again, also think she's at least got an album.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Carol Kane feels like she was left out of this completely.
Yeah, she didn't sing at all, did she?
She sings like a tiny bit in the first song.
Yeah.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, okay.
She lip sync. There's no mic on it.
I think she might be on auto tune though.
She's not. She just doesn't even have a mic.
Yeah. She's moving her lips.
I do like how Spock says he won't miss this thing. I'm not gonna miss this. I was like, I love it. Except for maybe Paul Wesley.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a weird Thanksgiving.
Okay, this part that's coming up soon, I actually like it, but I'm talking about too soon. Here we go.
Yeah. Why are you in here?
Right. Why are you on my ship again?
You're gonna be gone.
Yeah, just rub it in.
3 months. That's not a blip in Star Trek time.
Mm-hmm.
She should have gotten more. I feel like the pilot song was a little bit more for her anyways, but I get why they gave it to Ron.
Yeah.
The Kirk stuff. Felt like it was more of a song for her.
I thought they were all good singers.
Yeah, they're wonderful singers. I just wish she had more. Picture Bones doing that'd be hilarious. But I'm not doing this. Damn it. Doctor, not a dancer.
I could hear it in my head.
Oh yeah, this seems like a
Okay, this part coming up.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. I love this part.
The resistance. And then it's K-pop. It's literal K-pop.
I was losing it the first time I saw this. It was awesome. K-pop. And then his little dance right there.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I like this. I like we're dead. We're dying all today.
Yep. I rewound that part. See, I don't do that too often. That was that
No,
good.
it's good. I love it. I think it fit perfectly. I just shocked it more than more stereotypical what we'd probably expect to come out of Klingons.
And this was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. The ships doing their little thing.
Because they never have to be like this. They could be chilling in space like this. No one has to.
Well, making the ships part of the whole number too. That was brilliant. Yeah. Space in 3 dimensions, they're always facing each other. Get in there and dance, Spock.
Jesus. I want to see the rehearsals.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how long it took to rehearse all this and to get it right? I like the throwback of the original series music. Oh yeah, this is awkward. Don't look at me. I'm walking away.
Yeah. I'm still so mad at you. Just because we did a giant dance number together
It does not mean I suddenly like you
The
again.
fact that you literally got the fellowship, didn't bother to tell me, celebrated with everybody else, and I had to like confront you in front of them because I'm all deep in my feels.
Make this whole public thing.
I don't give a shit about how I feel. I feel, and
Yeah.
you don't.
Is she dipping cantaloupe in whiskey?
I bet it's an orange peel
On a toothpick.
or artisanal, because the future's artisanal.
Yeah.
She replicated an entire orange peel just for a drink and a toothpick.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen a bartender convinced it's a robot.
Yeah, really. Where is the bartender?
They took my dog.
That's
Oh,
good.
no.
There he is.
There he is. In a vest.
Yep.
Oh,
Because why not?
I promise you, eventually a child's best will be you itself and not be forget that you swing with that dog.
Okay, so where does the fire in that fireplace go? Like, where does that vent go?
really
Why
like
didn't they just tell me?
I don't hate it.
it's like a chimney of the Enterprise that we just never noticed.
Yeah. The starship chimney.
Wait, that's impossible.
This isn't gonna work.
Maybe
Not
it's
going up.
hologram. Maybe it's technically a hologram of fire.
I don't know. It looks pretty real.
Yeah, he's got the forest from Brave behind him now.
Well,
Yeah.
All the wisps.
We have more time to plan our next trip. I just got put on a track.
When did he lie to her? I know she says he confessed about lying, and I listened to that song 100 times, and I'm not too sure where the lying part comes in.
Wasn't he just going along with what she wanted to do for their time off, but like he didn't really want to do it? He was just kind of going with it.
Okay.
I think that's what it was, if I remember correctly.
I mean, he's hot as balls, and we know his time is finite, and he wants to spend it with me. We'll do whatever you want, sir.
Yeah, we don't have to make this complicated. Let's do it.
Yeah. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? In 10 years, I will go see that place I wanted to go see.
Yep.
Over some blood wine. Otherwise, it's back to business as usual around here.
Is he an alcoholic? Are we going to have an intervention episode where fucking Spock has the blood wine issue?
We're going to have to. This is the second time he's gotten drunk, drinking with Klingons.
Like, we might have a whole intervention.
Might have to send Spock to AA.
What if it's because the breakup with Chapel? He's drinking.
Yeah. He drank away his feelings. I wonder what blood wine tastes like.
Probably, what was that stuff they drank in True Blood? True Blood.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but her humming, I would just be like, that's not even funny.
Ah! You're like, ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
Yes.
Very funny. Well, that's the episode of that show.
That comes in it too. So that when you download the soundtrack, the closing credits.
Yeah, definitely get to listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack was really good.
Yeah.
So
it's got no words, but
so what did you think of the episode?
well, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites to death. Again, the way they incorporate the music, but don't make it cheesy. They didn't go into a whole new universe. I like that they didn't have to go into a whole new universe
Mm-hmm.
to sing. The way the storyline of it is perfect. They see this anomaly. She's happens to also be, thinking like, oh, hey, it's got like this range to it. Maybe I could use it to help boost comms because like right now we're still prehistoric-y, and all that kind of stuff. Like heaven forbid someone gets stuck in the Delta Quadrant. We'll never know. How will we know?
Yeah, really.
Maybe she can fix that. Maybe she can help the whole situation. But them picking like really. I mean, how old are the show tunes at that point?
Oh, very old.
Ancient.
Yeah.
And always that's the only thing. It always strikes me as And not that they could just make something up. Because I love it. I love that they did it in Calypso with when they did the scene with Audrey Hepburn
Yes.
from that one movie. And like, I like it when they throw back to stuff like that. There could be more Shakespeare.
Yep.
There could be more Shakespeare.
And I think that the way that they incorporated the singing part of this episode is making it really part of the plot. And like you said, giving a scientific explanation, which was good. I was not expecting that, and I didn't know what really I was expecting as to how they were going to make this the musical.
I mean, yeah, I do wish we had heard. I think they mentioned Admiral April.
Yeah, how he was singing also, but we didn't get to see that. That would have been.
Oh, come on! TNG would have showed us. TNG totally would have showed us.
Yeah,
and that's. To me, it felt like a Star Trek episode.
It did.
It felt like a good old fashioned Star Trek episode. TNG, TOS, all of them. Like it just felt like a good. It told a story. It had a problem happen. They solved that problem, and then they move on. That's it.
It didn't feel like it was out of place.
Yeah, it stands alone. It did draw from other situations, so you do kind of have to know what was happening with everybody and relationships and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just liked it. I really liked it. I liked it that they put their breakup essentially in it, because what better time to sing about
than a breakup? Yeah, the breakup song.
What could you imagine if we lived in a universe where overly emotional things we just broke out into song? What if that just became the norm? They're like, no, that's just the universe now.
Oh,
shit.
could you imagine that? Really, that would be ridiculous. Again, my worst nightmare because I can't sing.
So I mean, again, giant quarters. So
the quarters are a little ridiculous because
a lot of me.
They're too massive. I think.
Too massive. And too much happens in them.
Yeah.
Too much goes on in your quarters. The only time I felt it was appropriate that they were chilling in quarters was after those old scientists episode.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And they were cartoons.
Yeah. Oh, that was
only time that was. It could have just. It was just hilarious. Are my eyes that big? Are they really that big? Yes, your eyes are really that big, girl. Now I just, yeah, between this one and that one, I think that they're doing a good job. I thought, have they done? Yeah, Strange New Worlds hasn't done the Mirror Universe one yet, have they?
No, they haven't. And honestly, I would be okay if they didn't.
I don't think they're going to. I think this might be the one that skips it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I like how Lower Decks did it by just putting it in like a program.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Did you have a...
Because Picard season 2 went into Mirror Universe, essentially.
Right. Yeah, kind of this whole alternate reality thing.
Which was fun to see, but at the same time, no. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't think Strange New Worlds will do it. It kind of feels like he already has, too. Especially since when Giorgio was leaving in Discovery.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I'm Terran. Whatever. And he's just like, what? What mirror? And then like it's a Mount Wink. You're like, I love you. Oh, Space Daddy. Again. We love you so much. Please belong to Star Trek forever.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite song?
I'm the X.
You like the I'm the X?
I do. Song? I really do like that one a lot. Because it's just, he changed everything about himself for her.
For her, yes.
And she couldn't even tell him about an email.
Yeah. I think that was just downright wrong.
Just the fact that he was trying to peep into her emails anyways. Shows you how far he must have been involved emotionally with her.
Yeah.
He would never. The Spock we know and love would never.
He wouldn't snoop, but
Wouldn't snoop. He wouldn't want to see the phone. He wouldn't. I just.
but he's in this deep enough where he's
Yeah.
going to break regulation.
He's so into her that he's literally not just breaking his own personality, but you're right, regulations.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be looking at that. That's not yours. You don't know. You can't tell you. Why are you even asking?
Yeah.
It's just, it's so different than the Spock we know who's not, if he's not like under the influence of some weird plant, you know?
Yeah.
And then you see how affectionate he can be, and you can see how kind and loving. So clearly he was, there's a mirror back there. So.
Yeah, he was certainly capable of it. It's just this right here, like I had mentioned before.
He broke up with the girl thing, which we never
breakup
together, so it's fine, but not really.
I'm trying to think if what my favorite song would be, and I don't. I think I'm going to have to take the easy way out and say that last one there because, yeah.
Oh, that's the next one. Like, it's actually such a toss up. I can tell you which ones I don't like.
Which one didn't you like?
More than I don't really like the connect to yourself, connect to your crew one, connect to your truth. I can't remember. I mean,
Something
it's okay. It's cute. It's just not. It kind of gets skipped. You know, when I'm playing the songs, I skip that one. Definitely. Love the one where she talks. Uhura talks about going solo.
Yeah.
You know, I like the end of that song. I don't like the beginning of it because, you know, she just kind of trauma dumps, and that's fine. Do you, boo? I get it. You've got this, you know, backstory that makes you very lonely. I think that in general, Starfleet life, Star Trek life is lonely.
I think it is.
You can take Picard, for instance. She's, you know what I mean? Kirk. And Spock, you know?
It must be very hard. Like you can't get those attachments when you're in Starfleet, I think, because
and you're not supposed to, there's no fraternization.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Keiko was what? She wasn't Starfleet. She was, I think, just a botanist. Not
Correct.
just, but you know what I mean? She wasn't Starfleet.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know? I think Riker and Troy, rarities. Giant rarities.
That is. Yeah.
It last. I'm just saying the lasting of it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm sure there is, you know, there's captain on captain in this one.
Yep.
You know? And look what happens.
And yeah.
You start to compromise, you know, what you're doing and your mission and the crew because you love someone.
And I think that's the problem. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that's kind of frowned upon because that's
why there is no that's why there's not supposed to be fraternization.
There is an episode there's an episode in DS9 where Worf was supposed to meet up with some defector during the Dominion War. There was some informant defector, someone he was supposed to meet up with on this planet, and it was either do that, which was the mission, or save Jadzia. And what he did was that because of his feelings and whatnot in connection with Jadzia, he went back for her instead of doing this thing that if you don't do this thing, it's going to cost many lives. I can't remember exactly what the thing was that he was supposed to meet the guy for, but the dude ended up getting killed, the one he was supposed to meet up, and he got reprimanded for that because that's the thing is when you get in those relationships with someone, it could compromise your judgment. It can make you take a pause probably when you shouldn't.
Yeah, which is hilarious when that one guy got mad because Data he didn't think he'd be a good captain. or first officer, because he's just like, wait, he can't use emotions and he can't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The guy that kept giving him shit when Data took command of the that ship during the it was I think the season 5 premiere. It was during the Klingon Civil War. Yeah, and then things like that. You let your and not that emotions are always bad. It's just that I think they can certainly be compromising, especially if you're in a command role.
Again, it's, do the good of the one outweigh the, good of the many kind of thing. Obviously he saved her.
Yep.
I know that she still exists.
Yep.
I know they get married. So clearly, I haven't gotten through all of DS9, but I would make these. And then I'm glad he got in trouble. It probably wasn't fitting for the crime, essentially, because I'm sure that guy had some sort of information that probably would have ended the war earlier or something. Or
it was something
very
that was valuable.
dramatic that, he made a choice. And he made that choice based on emotion. He made that choice based on the fact that he was with her and loved her and that they had history together. And, even in just the short amount of years we have TOS, it's only 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to be 5 years, only 3, technically. If you want to go off of each season being a year of their life.
Yeah.
They all get very close.
Yeah, they do. And it's not like you're going to get close when you serve on a ship for as long as they are and all the time you spend together. I think that when you go the route of like what happened with Spock and Nurse Chapel, is that you're gonna set yourself up for some bad stuff.
Yeah, that's why they frown upon that kind of stuff. It's exactly why. Because there's bad breakups.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be animosity. Because now you have to work together.
Yes.
And these you don't just work together. They have their meals together. They, share barracks. Well, not in this one, but real military.
Isn't there a thing about you shouldn't date your coworker?
You're supposed to shit where you eat. Is that what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why that saying is a saying, but I always discourage it amongst my friends. So
yeah, you're just asking for trouble there because
the restaurant industry for the most part, so it's almost impossible not to. Because your entire dating pool is your coworkers.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. Is well,
but because it's just kind of the way it is, and maybe you meet your person.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you're right. The dating pool is going to be who's on the ship. They
address it more in Lower Decks for sure. They addressed it in Next Gen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poor guy couldn't catch a break.
No.
Even helps Wesley. Well, helps Riker, who's helping Wesley try and navigate the dating world.
Poor Geordi.
Never could catch a break. It was nice to see in Picard, though. He had 2 kids and a wife.
Right. So eventually worked out for him.
I always picture it's Laura Brahms.
I think if there's any Star Trek that could pull off an episode like this, it's certainly Strange New Worlds. It really set itself up to be that series that could pull something like that off.
Well,
just because
that fantasy episode.
Yeah.
The book and the thing and the dresses and the costumes already right there. They had set we can absolutely get away with anything. Essentially, yes. Let's cross over with a cartoon.
Right. Yeah.
Totally worked in every way. I don't know how or why, but the chemistry of the cast combined with the writing that sounds like it's coming from actual Star Trek fans,
mm-hmm.
people involved in Strange New Worlds, like Mike McMahon. I don't think he's directly involved at this one, but whoever's the one who's show running knew that they could get away with a musical episode.
Yes,
It worked.
it did.
And it was, again, it was science. It was just, they were just singing because science. Sorry, don't be mad.
And there were
Just because they wanted to sing. They sang because something happened that caused it that way. And it was acknowledged that this is unusual and that this is not just some normal thing that just, oh, okay, it's just another day on the Enterprise.
right. It wasn't a singing for the sake of singing and a musical just for the sake of being something different.
It was the cause of something.
Yes.
Singing was the cause of being affected by that wave of whatever energy or, thing that they do. And then they fixed it with singing. Oh, we just have to match this pitch. Oh, we just have to match this signal and we can break it. Because, if we fire into it, we destroy the entire universe. There's never like, oh, well, maybe. No. You fire into that, everyone dies. There's no like little gray zone here. Either you fix it or we're fucked.
Yes.
No in between. There's no options here. There's no plan D. This is like, no, we're not going to just live with singing. It's either like, we have to, we realize we can't blow it up, but the Klingons don't know. Oh God, somebody tell the Klingons. Oh, somebody sing this to them. They want us dead. They can't. They just literally sang an entire song about how they'd love to see us die.
That was their song.
I love it. The lyrics for it were brilliant. Brilliant Klingon lyrics.
I like the lyrics of the Klingon part of that song. I thought it was good. But like I said before, if there's any part of that episode that gets a little heat, it's the Klingon part of it, and I don't see why. Have fun with it. Like, this was a musical. I mean, don't criticize it too much.
K-pop.
Yeah. Okay. So it's K-pop. No big deal.
K-pop. Which I just thought was hilarious. I put an expectation on it. Was disappointed by my own expectation. So, that's all. But I think it fit well with the music. It would have been weird to turn it to like heavy metal in the middle of that very, very musical number.
It would have been out of place, and that's doing something that would have, because that was one of the things that I had seen talked about why wasn't it more of what Klingons would do? Like, why wasn't it some kind of opera, Klingon opera number? Okay, well, here's the thing: if you look at that last song in this, that would not have fit. That just would have been, I think, too harsh of a change in song and tempo to go from what they were singing was pretty upbeat, kind of had a pretty fast rhythm to it, and then you try to go to something dramatic like Klingon opera. I don't think that would have fit. I think that what they went with was what they needed to go with.
I bet they tried. I'm sure they probably tested rap like in Hamilton.
Probably. I'm sure they did.
They probably tested, Klingon opera, heavy metal, something that maybe aesthetically would be more Klingon in people's view. I do think it fit perfectly, though. It does go with the whole song. The whole entire soundtrack just flows.
Yeah.
Flows perfectly. It tells a story and it flows perfectly. Again, I only just don't like the one song because it's just not dramatic enough for me. I liked the drama of the sad songs, but I love a sad song.
Why is that? Why do you like sad songs?
I love sad songs. I don't know why. I just love sad songs. I mean, I like happy songs too every once in a while, but for the most part, sad songs are just more relatable. Sad songs are just more, you kind of, it's an empathy thing, I think, where it's just like, oh yeah, I totally get that. I went to the Renaissance Fair essentially by myself because like my friend I was meeting didn't wake up in time.
What? Really?
Yeah. And so ended up kind of going by myself, and I'm dressed as Starfleet Barbie.
Well, at least you weren't out of place, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was on an away mission, and every time someone said something about my outfit, I'd be like, "Oh my god, my cloaking device isn't working." You know?
You can see me?
Well, stupid personal cloaking device.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew that should have gotten it from that Ferengi, you know, making jokes all day. But
Yeah.
before he ended up meeting me, because he did end up getting up and getting ready, and he wasn't in Star Trek. We were supposed to both dress in uniforms, and so I was playing the soundtrack, and that's that song that she sings right before "Keep Us Connected," where she does everything solo. I was like, yeah, I get it. Seems like that for me too sometimes, that I'm just doing stuff on my own. And so the sadder songs are more relatable. Rebecca Romaine singing about keeping secrets,
Mhm.
and that one was really confusing because it was like, you should keep them, but it sucks, but then don't. So maybe you should tell him, but like, I've lived my whole life keeping secrets, but now I don't have to. That was a very confusing song, but very touching.
Yeah.
Also, again, loneliness. Seriously, like songs about loneliness, which are something I feel very realistic in the Star Trek universe. Something, a lot of the employees of, Starfleet and the ensigns and lieutenants and stuff. Yeah, it's probably just like it was when I was in the Navy. Everyone's got your little cliques of groups. It was kind of like junior high. There's groups of friends, but nobody's there nobody's there all the time. And
Right.
sometimes people leave. Sometimes they get in trouble. Sometimes they get caught doing drugs. Sometimes they get, or doing other things, and they get, removed, or
Yeah.
heaven forbid worse,
Right.
Or it happens, and there's an incident on a mission, and, maybe you knew someone who was on the coal, or, whatever. Like, shit happens in the military. Shit happens, and this is essentially the Space Navy. They are out there. They are in danger. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they are. This episode, they were in danger, and it was a very serious, they were in serious danger.
Yeah.
And the music wasn't used to lighten that up or to make it seem plucky. It fit the aesthetic of the show. And then when she sang about being so sad and about telling, like, how can she just show her feelings like that? I just thought it's still a very serious episode.
Yeah.
But in a fun way.
I like what you said there. The songs fit the aesthetic of the episode.
It's a sad situation. It should be a sad song. Yeah,
nothing. Nothing too upbeat. I mean, yeah, they had some. There were some songs that were, I guess, upbeat-ish. There was. She's
ready. She's ready to do this. Let's do this. She's so stoked. She's been planning for this. Great song. Again, though, to follow it immediately with "I'm the X," because he's now having the realization that she's so much more excited about this fellowship than she was ever about their relationship. Ever. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So hurt.
That,
it makes
that
so much more
sucks.
sense when he gets, when we see in later episodes, technically before, but after, when he gets mad at her, and we can see why she pines for him.
But she messed up. You had your chance.
Pines for Spock, but she done messed up.
Yep.
We see how she messed up, and I feel that his behavior towards her completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Because I know she was bringing him lunch, but we know what Ponfar is now. Yeah.
Bringing me lunch is not going to correct your behavior.
Yeah, I don't think she was just bringing him lunch.
Right.
And he's like, "You have your chance."
Throwing trays around.
So I don't know. I liked it. I like everything about it. I love the music. I like that. I do really, though, feel that the song that La'an sings felt like it was more made for Melissa's character, whose name is escaping me. Ortega. Just because it was about flying and letting
Yeah.
go of the wheel and that kind of thing. I'm like, that's a helmsman song. That's a song for a helmsman.
I could see that. I could see where you get that.
There could have been some tweaks, I think, to it to make it more, a little bit more security, safety, applicable. But I do feel like if she didn't have the situation with Kirk, it would have been a song that Ortega's would have probably been given in the actuality of, oh, we're bursting into song now? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to sing a song about, driving and letting go of the wheel and how scary that could possibly be because, I'm very good at my job.
Right.
Kind of thing. I don't know. Again, nothing else feels forced though. Nothing. It felt like it flowed really well. It felt like they incorporated, and then figuring out that they're only bursting into song when it's a highly emotional situation. Like not everyone's just bursting into song because I'm like, hey, did you, purge the
did you clean the filters on the
Hey, did you get the waste removal from the holodeck?
Right. Yeah. Let me just sing about cleaning out the trash. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't that.
They didn't force it. They didn't force it in like, oh, we're being affected in a way that just everybody's bursting into song about everything. And they could have. It absolutely could have been just here, pass me the wrench in song and dance. They absolutely did that, but they stuck to a storyline.
Yeah.
And they made it so that it was just when you were being highly emotional, which made it dangerous.
Yep.
Which made it a security risk. And for no other reason, not to tell your girlfriend that you've been lying to her about wanting to go on that vacation she really wants to go on. But like, I'm about to like break temporal law.
Right.
And then I do. And then I absolutely break temporal law by talking to Kirk about it.
Yep. And that's what you sing about. You don't sing about you're right, pass a wrench, start singing. It wasn't that. And I'm glad it wasn't something like that.
Like I'm glad they didn't just make it into like a high school musical kind of situation where they just kind of burst into song all the time.
Oh God. Yeah.
Little song and dance number. No. They made it very specific. Now, yes. Honestly, the conversation that her and Kirk had should have been song and dance. If it was going along with the theme of bursting in, if that had to have been so hard for her to express to him what had happened and why she feels the way she does. And then, in return, essentially be completely rejected.
Yeah.
Now he has to decide, okay, so I know I've got this kid on the way, but like it's totally cool because like she wants to have her own life and I'm going to have my own life.
Right.
Like, we're going to try and work it out, but I doubt it's gonna because we live two really different lives and I'm like this flying high on my, fast track to captain. I'm going to be captain of this ship.
Yeah.
This one, bitch. I want your job. Like, like he's on a career path.
Yep.
And I doubt they planned it. I doubt they planned to get pregnant. She doesn't want to change her life. He doesn't want to change his, but at the same time, he still feels some sort of loyalty to her. So they obviously haven't tried yet, but enough to break the shit out of her heart.
Yeah.
No intention. He didn't intend to break the shit out of her heart, but he does.
Yep.
That's going to shape her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to sting.
I wouldn't doubt if she closes herself off completely to ever, you know what I mean? Even if she doesn't realize, like, the guy you loved is not that guy. The guy who loved you, that's not him.
Right. This is a different guy, different circumstance, different situation.
The other guy was born somewhere completely different. He lived a completely different life, complete, different personality traits because of how they were raised. His brother dying, not knowing who Khan is, not experiencing the having lived after the eugenics war, blah, blah, blah. Not being born on Earth.
Right.
They alluded to it being the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah.
Thor was my daddy. His name was George.
Well,
they totally alluded to him being from the Kelvin timeline. I was like, we all heard that. We hear that. But wasn't it the Kelvin that he was supposed to be born on?
It was, in the Kelvin timeline.
No way.
Yeah. Well, don't know where. He was. The Kelvin timeline is born on the shuttle as it was escaping the USS Kelvin.
Oh yeah, that's right. So either way, he talked when the tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but again, I watched that one before the musical because they tie in. You can't not have seen that romance and that love affair and understand why her heart is breaking.
Yep.
And she, you know what I mean? But again, do you think she's ever going to get in trouble for that?
She should.
She totally should get in so much trouble for that. I'm sorry, but she totally just took time. He's not supposed to know. That wasn't him. It has nothing to do with him. It sucks. It sucks, but her feelings for him are not for him. And it just sucks that they can't see that. And it sucks that it hurts so much and her feelings were so deep that she can't understand that that's not. I mean, it obviously explains why she is clearly not going to last past Strange New Worlds.
Right.
We know she doesn't last past Strange New Worlds. I mean, she may last past it on another ship.
Some kind of transfer.
Or something like that. But her and Kirk are never together.
Nope.
On the same ship ever again. Unless he just keeps having these fucking visits to the Enterprise for some reason.
Yeah.
Who doesn't visit the ship they eventually captured 1 billion times first?
He'll keep visiting. Right. Yeah. Totally normal.
I'm here for your job. What time is it?
I'm eyeballing.
Time crystal thing. Let's do this. Which must suck for him too, because he's just like, motherfucker. I mean, honestly, he should be spending his entire time molding number one to take his spot.
Yeah.
She doesn't make it to TOS either.
Right.
So that's because of CBS.
Yeah.
And that goes all the way back to them not wanting a woman on the bridge.
Exactly. Yeah, very controversial, man. Well, thank you.
Episode. Music is good. I enjoy the music on its own without having to watch the episode.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to it. It's in my rotation.
It's on your playlist.
My cartoons. And if there's nobody else in the car, I let it play. If there's somebody else in the car, I'm usually like, I'm so sorry. That's the Star Trek musical. I have an addiction. And this is part of it. I mean, if the Orville came out with a freaking musical episode, I don't think they could do as well.
No.
And I'm about to go see Seth MacFarlane in concert, so I'm kind of stoked for that. But, this episode deserves whatever musical award that they can get for it.
Yep.
So if they can get a Grammy for it, I think they should.
It should get something.
If there's it should get an Emmy just for writing.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
So good. The episode is so good and standalone on its own. It's just a good episode and it's fun. And the music again is not super. It's not all of it's super chipper.
Yes.
Life is not super chipper.
And it really reflected that.
They're not super chipper. And it reflected that in a true musical sense where there's an issue, there's stuff happening during that issue, and then they fix it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a perfect Star Trek episode.
It was. Yeah, it was. And I'm glad we got the chance to sit down and watch it and to talk about it. Thank you very much for wanting to be on the podcast again. That is great.
Too much fun for me. It's too much fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and we'll definitely have to do something like this again. Keep you in that podcasting mode. But it was
If people want to see it again, I'd love to do those old scientists.
yeah, the crossover. I think that would definitely be a good one.
That one, I kid you not, I got halfway through that episode and I thought it was going to be a two-parter.
Oh, really?
It felt like it was one of the longest, best episodes. I really felt like that one was going to be a two-parter. When you get Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome to play their cartoon characters, you can feel the enthusiasm for Star Trek that they have.
Yeah.
And not just for the job. Oh, we're just actors working on this show. For the most part, Jack Quaid sitting in a closet screaming. And how he's described doing the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to do that one. Shit, we could go old school. We can pick one of the top 10 worst Star Trek episodes.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting too. Well, yeah, we'll definitely need to do that. But I think next one we do would be the crossover. So yeah,
But yeah, I saw that the show gets a good chunk of likes and viewers. So if you guys want to see more, tell us.
Tell us. Watch. Make it look like you like the podcast and the
share
review.
It with your friends.
Yes, share. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Tell your family. Listen to it on your way to work, realizing that you shouldn't even be commuting anymore and you should be working from home because that's the way of the future. But listen to it on your way.
Yes.
And we should take suggestions. What episode would you like us to watch?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. And I do have an email address, so you can send suggestions. Yeah. It's beyondtrekpodcast@gmail.com.
Are they written down there now?
So again, it's I'm definitely going to do that. So that's beyondtrekpodcast@gmail.com. If I remember to, it should be right down there. I put in after our post-production part. So yeah, we'll have that. Well, awesome. Thank you, Mikki. I really appreciate you being on with me again.
Me again. It's super fun. I really look forward to these things. So
excellent.
I'm going to do it again.
Okay. Well, you take care.
We'll do this.
Yep. Oh, live long and prosper.
Sci-Fi.
We are Beyond Trek Podcast. Lower your inhibitions and surrender your years. We will add inspirational and hilarious Trek content to your day. Your attention will adapt to subscribe to us. Resistance is futile.
If you enjoyed this podcast, you can support us at patreon.com/beyondtrek.